Hello and welcome into another edition of ESPN Live. We are live 3 times weekly on Tuesdays, on Wednesdays, on Fridays as well, bringing you all the latest topics from the world of football and previewing the ESPN FC show that happens every single day. As you probably know, joining me today, we have Janusz Michallik and Alex Kirkland as well. We've got lots to discuss. We will be starting by talking about Jude Bellingham. We're touching on what Neymar said about PSG and how it was hell there for him and Messi. We're also going to be looking at PL Express and the best and worst transfer business so far. Rob Dawson will be joining us too. But let's start with the man of the moment in Jude Bellingham, scoring a 5th goal in 4 games for Real Madrid. What a start it has been for this man. Before we get into it, let's hear about some of the questions that people are already asking about this player as per last night's ESPN FC show.
Is Bellingham, Frank, the undisputed best midfielder in the world now?
Well, it's hard, to in like 2 seconds to think about all midfielders, in the world and who is the best. But let's say he's very close to be the best. And when you're capable of having performances for a new club like he's having, he can be considered as the best midfielder right now. I'm trying to find about other players.
Like Kevin De Bruyne, does he count in that category?
But
yeah, but he doesn't play right now.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. If we say right now, if we're talking this season, and no question.
Right.
No question.
Right.
We can't discount last year.
Well, that's why I say right now. What does right now mean?
Yeah, you'd have to, because last year he absolutely was one of the best.
Right.
And the fact that you're moving to Real Madrid, and then the only question that you ever have, or we would ever have, for somebody like Bellingham, who was so good at Dortmund, was right. Can he do that when he goes to?
Yeah. Is he going to be a Jadon Sancho?
The biggest pressure cooker.
Right.
And the answer emphatically is yes. So right now you'd have to say yes.
Right now, you'd have to say yes, the guys are saying. Alex, let me start with you then, because you're a Madrid correspondent, you're in Madrid, you'll have seen the response to all of this, because I feel like we all knew he was going to be good, but did we actually expect him to be this good so soon?
Yeah, he just hasn't put a foot wrong so far. He's got everything right, and it's not just about the goals. Now, of course, the goals help. Like you say, the fact that he's got 5 goals in 4 games, he's the top scorer in La Liga, he's making Real Madrid fans think, well, maybe we didn't need an extra forward after all. And I think credit goes as well to Carlo Ancelotti with this positional tweak where he's pushed him up a little bit closer to goal to get into these goal-scoring positions. Because the goals that he's scoring are centre-forward goals, they're strikers' goals, they're poachers' goals. We saw that with this 95th minute winner against Getafe on Saturday. Yeah, he spotted that Lucas Vazquez was about to shoot from outside the box. Bellingham made the run, and he was the one there inside the 6-yard box when the rebound fell to him. So the goals definitely help. But I'd say it's not just about the goals. It's also the way that he's conducting himself, the things that he's saying, he's making all the right noises, he's making sure the fans know that he knows just what a big club this is and how sort of privileged he is to be here. We heard him talking at the weekend about how the noise after his goal against Getafe was the loudest noise he'd ever heard in the stadium. The Madrid fans love to hear that kind of thing. They love to hear players kind of confirm their own feeling that this is the biggest club in the world and this is the best stadium in the world. So everything that he's doing, both on and off the pitch, pretty much from the moment that he touched down in Madrid, I think he's just got everything absolutely right.
What an amazing transition it's been, Janusz, especially the fact that he is playing a different position to the one he was playing at Borussia Dortmund and in a club like Real Madrid, no less.
It's incredible. I don't know if there's an example of a 20-year-old that comes to a massive club like Real Madrid recently. I can't think of it. I'm sure our listeners and viewers are going to correct me here. But, I mean, here's a 20-year-old that comes over to Real Madrid when Karim Benzema leaves. Carlo Ancelotti kind of says, probably jokingly, that he's our new Karim Benzema, but to be able to wear that shirt, and we often talk about how heavy some of these things are, to me it's incredible, right? I mean, at the Bernabeu when he's being introduced, they should probably play Metallica's Enter Sandman, because it's unbelievable. I mean, you look at the winner against Getafe late 95th minute, and winner against Celta, all the other goals in all the games so far. And, that's not a coincidence. Of course, he's not going to be scoring in every game, and who knows if he's going to be the leading goal scorer. But Not just Karim Benzema, but no Vinny Jr. as well. So, I mean, he certainly is taking responsibility. And new position or not, I don't think that's big. I think he enjoys the freedom of playing in that diamond as well. But what he's done so far this season, even though you can make the case that he hasn't played against the big clubs just yet, it doesn't really matter. I think a start like this, it's incredible.
Alex, you talked about the fans and obviously the way that he's really endearing himself to the Madrid fans, but we've also seen, because he's posting some things on Instagram, even using the word settled, showing that he feels that he's already settled here. And we've seen that off the pitch as well. He's out with his fellow players and they seem to already be really good friends, fast friends as well.
Yeah, they took a little break in the south of France, didn't they, over the weekend? I think it was him and Rodrigo Goes. I think Vinny was there as well. Many. He's clearly making friends with the squad. And you talk about settling in. It was great. You could see in the celebrations immediately after the goal on Saturday. He shouted "Vamos," come on in Spanish. So even those Spanish lessons are clearly paying off as well. But no, you can just see he's a really smart young man and incredibly mature. And like I say, I think he's just making all the right noises. I'm sure that he has looked at a lot of players that have come in from the past, British players. Some of them have been huge successes here in Madrid, some not so much. You look at Gareth Bale, who was an incredible success in terms of trophies, but ended up falling out really with the Bernabeu crowd, because there was this feeling that maybe he didn't care as much as he should have done, or he didn't make it as much of an effort as he should have done to fit in. Now, whether that was fair or not, I'm sure that Bellingham's aware of that, and I'm sure Bellingham's looking not to make any of the same mistakes. And like I say, it's not just about the goals, it's not just about the way that he talks, the attitude that he's showing out on the pitch as well. There was some great clips as well from the Getafe game of him getting stuck in, getting in the faces because of the Getafe players, who of course are trying to wind him up and trying to put him off and trying to do whatever they can to stop him. And he was having none of it. In fact, he looked to be really enjoying it, looked to be kind of relishing that kind of physical battle as well. So I just think, like I say, he's got everything right so far. Yeah, it's very, very early, and let's see how it goes over the rest of the season. But he's enjoying himself, and everyone here is just delighted to have him here.
And it's not easy, by the way, huh? I mean, in any club, but in a big club, I think you have to have a good start. If you're Real Madrid, you're Barcelona, look, you have to be a good footballer to come to a club like this, right? But, when you come in like that, that kind of validates not only the money, but the sort of, the fans kind of looking at it, we are the Galacticos, right? Because, there's always someone out there that's going to say, well, Jude Bellingham, Bundesliga, this. There's always someone that's going to ask that question. And if you don't have a good start, if you don't show that you can play football, I think it becomes harder and harder. As I said, that kind of happens in every club. But in that dressing room, these first 4 or 5 games on and off the pitch are very, very important, because you have to be able to deal with the Bernabeu. That's not easy.
So just to end here, Alex, what's the outlook for Madrid this season? Because we've got our first international break coming up now. They're perfect so far to start La Liga. They are top of the league, 2 points ahead of Girona and Barcelona. What's the feeling about their title credentials?
Well, they're feeling good. Like you say, maximum points so far. Bellingham has been the star player in the league so far, and it's all looking pretty rosy for Madrid right now. Yes, there will be tougher tests. We'll see how they get on we've got the Madrid derby in a couple of weeks. That's the first probably really big game that we're going to see exactly what Madrid are made of. And we'll see how they go up against Barcelona. Of course, their rivals Barcelona have got kind of a handicap this season in that they're not playing their home games at Camp Nou, and they're playing at the Olympic Stadium while Camp Nou is being renovated. So Barca have got that to contend with. Real Madrid, of course, are back in the Bernabeu, and the Bernabeu is almost completed, the new Bernabeu as well. So it's looking extremely positive. The only question mark is the injury situation.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.